This is Ocean's Moonlit Pathways, and I Miss MJ. This reading is on Cardi B and Nicki Minaj's everlasting beef. But before I start, here's my disclaimer. Everything I say in this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. My readings are subject to interpretation and they should not be taken as absolute. We also touch on Latto's perspective and JT's feelings about things that were said. I'm going to try to breeze through this message. So first, let's start with the Latto. How does Latto feel about what Cardi B said in that leaked message? I just really feel like she's giving Cardi a pass. Maybe she feels like Cardi has a lot going on. She's balancing and, juggling a lot of different things. She knows that she's super emotional right now because of a pregnancy. She understands that Cardi could be going through a lot, some type of change or transformation. Interesting. Isn't that a peacock? Look at that. Doesn't she have the tattoo? Is that a peacock? What is that's like a key with the peacock feathers. She knows she's pregnant. She knows that she's super emotional. Look at the waves of emotion. She said something reckless, but I feel like because people are behind the scenes, they kind of know what's going on. They kind of know things that like we don't know about because we're not part of the industry. So unless you're in the industry, you wouldn't really know what's going on. But I get the energy of forgiveness. She knows Cardi's going through a lot. She's juggling a lot of things. She has a lot of things on her hands. She has foresight and understanding. I think she may have even known that the leak was going to be released. And this is about JT and how JT feels about Cardi. She knows Cardi does, this is all alleged. Everything I'm saying is alleged, but I feel like she knows Cardi does voodoo, may have connections to Warlock. This is like my Dominican Republic card too also. So she knows that Cardi does spiritual work. She knows that she probably goes to industry events. I don't know if you guys remember me posting that video about Bacchanal and how they worship some type of Greek god, or if it's not Greek, it's Roman, one of those type of European gods. So it could even be something around sucking D. Like somebody could have sucked D and maybe somebody knows about it. Somebody could have got drunk and sucked D, or somebody's good at sucking D. Somebody could end up saying something like that. But somebody could be into Ifa or some type of spiritualism where they sacrifice animals and stuff like that. And I feel like either JT could go get something like that done, all alleged, or she knows that Cardi is into stuff like that. And it could have been something done around a home to affect someone's home. How does she feel about the beef? I just feel like I'm getting the energy of knowing what somebody's capable of, knowing the things that they've done, maybe feeling like knowing what people have spent their money on to hurt someone's home, possibly making wishes towards somebody's home. Even hurting relationships. This is like my monster card, but it's also like that plastic surgery card. So it's like, you're not all that. Like, you got work done too. Like, you calling me ugly, like you're ugly. I want to say that you're just as ugly as me, but it's almost like you got work done too. You had plastic surgery too. You're calling me ugly, but I want to say that you're just as ugly, but I don't feel like that's, I don't know. I don't think JT or Cardi B is ugly, but that's the energy I'm getting. Like, if you're calling me ugly, well, if I'm ugly, so are you, because you've gotten just as much work done as me, is the energy I'm getting. I feel like everybody has secrets. Like, they know damaging secrets about each other that they're holding. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, the energy between this beef, this whole beef, bad intentions, bad vibes, darkness, evil, violence, backstab, betrayal. Somebody feels betrayed about something. Somebody feels backstabbed. This could lead to violence, or there could have already been some form of violence. I remember that whole knot on the head situation at that gala. But there's a lot of dark energy around this. People have bad intentions, bad vibes are connected to the situation. Somebody's a pretty girl. Both of them are beautiful girls. Their face card never declines. They are the it girls. They're both pretty and popping right now. And somebody has clarity, conviction, and consistency. I feel like maybe with even this being said, I feel like these are two similar women on different sides of the coin, maybe. Like, even the energy of something being manufactured. Like, how do I want to express this? Same coin, two different sides. Whereas maybe Cardi B could have been manufactured, but she's still on the same coin. And Nicki probably feels like she put in the work. And I get the energy of clarity, conviction, and consistency from both women, but just from different perspectives. Like, even if Cardi B's career is manufactured, she still gives her own conviction and she's still consistent. Whereas Nicki feels like this is not manufactured. This is all me. I put in the work. She has the conviction and she also shows up with consistency. So somebody could do a big chop. Somebody could get a haircut. Maybe there could be a connection to a barber. Maybe somebody could take one of their kids to the barber, or a female rapper, or even one of the two women could end up doing a big chop or getting their hair cut in some way. There's also a connection to love, marriage, loyal, committed relationship. I get the energy of jealousy too. Jealousy. Maybe somebody could get married. Somebody could retie the knot. But I'm getting the energy of jealousy. People being jealous of like relationships and marriages, true love. This is the death card in some ways. Rebirth, transformation, release. There could be a connection to a Scorpio. Somebody could have Scorpio in their chart. I think Cardi B actually does. I think she may be a Scorpio moon, if I'm not mistaken. So she could be going through a rebirth, a transformation, and a release. She could even be trying to transform her career now. And this looks like a sexy lady, like an exotic dancer or something. You see how she has the things on her legs and stuff like that? So Cardi could be going through her own little transformation. She could be going through a lot. This is my spiritual warfare cards. And it says a Jezebel spirit, control, manipulation, seductive energy, and false prophecy. So a Jezebel spirit is involved in the beef between these two women. It says spell work backfire. And I brought this up in the, what do you call it, in the community post. Y'all know I have posted about this in the past. I have posted about this, so it's like a lot of stuff that I've said, and I know my videos are on lockdown, but I might start unlocking some videos because things are coming out, so it's not like I'm being messy or gossipy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's coming out. Things are being exposed. But spell work backfire, I've said this in the past, bound by their own binding. So things that you've done in the past, things you wished upon people in the past, it's happening to you. Feeling stuck, blocked finance, chronic stagnation, isolation, jail or prison. Somebody could end up going to jail or prison. It doesn't have to be the two women. This could even be spiritual jail or spiritual prison, where they'll see blockages, a decrease in finances and things like that. Things just will not be going forward for them. They could even be trapped in their mind. It says spiritual paralysis, like lost opportunities. Things just ain't going to be moving the way it used to. You're going to see a shift. It says one step away from manifestation. Losing opportunities. So right before you think something is about to manifest, the opportunity is lost. And it says repeating the same painful cycle. And I feel like this is the energy between these two women. They are repeating some type of karmic cycle. Karmic third party hates your energy, your light, irritates their demons. So jealousy. Whoever the karmic third party is hates the other's energy. I'm going to let you guys decide. This is an unbiased reading. I am not picking or choosing any side. I'm going to let you guys decide what side you're on. Who's jealous of who? It says your light irritates their demons. And I get the energy of, even with the women in relationships, their person could have lovers that are jealous of them, jealous of their fame, jealous of their fortune, jealous of their popularity. So these women, that their persons, like Kenneth Petty, right? And even if it's Stefan Diggs or even Offset, the women that they might entertain or know, even women in their family, could be jealous of Cardi or Nicki and throw hate in that type of way. It says found your true identity, no longer defined by trauma, purpose, self-worth, restoration. Able to stand on your truth. You don't seek anyone's acceptance or validation. So somebody's able to stand on their truth. They know who they are. They're honest. They have integrity. And it is what it is. Archangel Uriel supports you by revealing hidden truths and guiding choices. I feel like Nicki especially is speaking out a lot now because she probably knows a lot of things that were said and done to her behind the scenes. So that's why she's probably more vocal now. And even though these tweets or whatever platform she's on, speaking her mind, even though these things sound We saw the Fool card for the Latto situation. Even though they sound impulsive, careless, reckless, I feel like it is very strategic. She is aware of what she's doing because she's been holding back for a long time. But I feel like maybe she has some intel, some type of insight of what has been going on behind the scenes, things that have been said that has been used against her. She's aware and she's vocal now. It says Archangel Gabriel supports you by delivering divine messages and empowering your voice. So somebody could be getting divine downloads and it's empowering their voice. They want to speak more. And we saw clarity, conviction. Somebody has gotten clarity on a situation and they are able to communicate it and they are speaking the truth. This could be either of the women. Both of them, either of them. It says Sarah. There could even be someone named Sarah in the midst of this. There could be someone named Genesis in the midst of this. Somebody could be religious and really reads the Bible, and maybe these are the books that they like, or someone could have, like a pastor could have used these verses to assist these women. But it says God's promises can come to pass despite doubt and long delays. Delays, patience, aging, miracles, fertility, overcoming barrenness. Oh, Lord have mercy, miracle birth. So somebody could have a child at an older age. There could be someone who's pregnant and maybe they didn't think that they could have children at this stage in life and they could end up having a child. I don't know if it's Nicki Minaj or it could be somebody in their energy that could end up, a miracle could happen. I also get the energy of like waiting for things to be exposed, like the whole Diddy thing. We've heard stories of P. Diddy and the things that he's been doing behind the scenes, and now like, yo, today is a sentencing, like he finally got caught. So I feel like everything, I'm hearing an error in people's ways, but I feel like everything that people have been doing behind the scenes, all the things that people have been getting away with for years are now coming to the light. Didn't Cat Williams say something like that? It says repeating toxic patterns. This is the energy between the two women. It says keep choosing different bodies with the same spirit attached. It's a pattern, familiarity, oppression. So this could be even relationships, because to me, not to judge, but to me, Stefan is no different really from Offset, right? So this could be even repeating patterns in relationships is the energy I'm getting. You want to go with what's familiar to you, but what's familiar to you could oppress you. You're committed to patterns, and these are even patterns that remind us of our childhood or remind them of their childhood. So it looks like corporate sponsors could start backing off. It says corporate sponsors, partners begin to distance themselves, leading to major financial loss. So somebody could be impacted, both of the women could be impacted by the whole exchange online. Demonic attachments. You sold your soul for fame and fortune. So somebody could have sold their soul. It says loses the battle but wins the war. For the battle isn't yours, it's the Lord's. It says major online. So somebody really relied on God to win this battle, win this war. Somebody really called on God, relied on God, connected to God, used heavy prayer to win this war is the energy I'm getting. And I feel like a lot of us watch these things, but it's bigger. Like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj going back and forth is a lot bigger than we realize. It's not just two women who are beefing in hip hop. It's a lot bigger. It's a lot more hands involved, a lot more handlers involved. It's a lot more people involved than we realize. It says major online feud that causes fans to choose a side. Don't forget to click on that poll in the community post and you choose your side. Pick a side. You don't have to pick either side. I have that option also. It says acts like they worship God while doing the devil's work. So people are hiding behind religion. We see that a lot in these readings these days. A lot of people are hiding behind religion. They say they love God. They say they worship God. But behind the scenes, they're involved in rituals and a whole bunch of demonic, low vibrational practices. Ugh, look, demon in disguise. Heavy demonic, low vibrational energies and entities involved in this situation. Somebody sent death magic. They want you gone. Sheesh. So somebody could have done like graveyard magic or some form of death magic to get rid of an artist, but it doesn't even have to be death in the sense of losing your life, but that's a very strong possibility. It could also be a death of a career. Like, we want you gone. We don't want you in this industry. We don't want to hear your music anymore. Wanting to silence somebody who has a powerful voice. It says jealous friends refuse to show love, won't share your new work, or speak highly in your favor to promote you. So didn't this come up with the whole JT situation? JT didn't, like, maybe when JT must have celebrated Glorilla or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. She could have celebrated Glorilla and didn't show Cardi B love, and that was an issue for her. So I feel like Cardi B feels just as attacked, just as backstabbed, just as betrayed as Nicki Minaj may feel. Like, I feel like in general, the industry with the whole choosing sides thing is not even just the fans, because you have to understand too that for the celebrities are the fans of celebrities. So even the celebrities, there are celebrities who are their fans. So even choosing their sides. I remember even with the Megan, and when Megan and Nicki partnered up, and then the next thing you know, Megan is doing work with Cardi B. So even choosing sides and aspects like that, and the relationships that are formed through the celebrities also impact the way we view the celebrity. So if you have a super popular, it's like the co-signing thing. It's just like co-signing, like how Nicki Minaj partnered up with JT or wanted to support JT. So now Nicki's fans will flock to JT. So by JT not supporting Cardi B in some type of way, I feel like that could have impacted Cardi B or made her not get a certain fan base or something. And this is what I'm receiving, but who knows? But y'all know what I'm trying to say. So I feel like, you know, that cosign, that friendship, that support is just as important. It says expose. Everyone is turning their back on you. So people are having their backs turned on someone. And don't forget that this energy doesn't have to be Nicki or Cardi's energy. This could be the people in the background that have a hand in this conflict. And we see all this demonic devil worship energy going on. And I really don't feel like that's solely between these two women. There are other people involved. Higher forces, what is the word I want to say? Like lower entity, high ranked, low entities. So like high ranked demons. Yeah. Purchases a new home. So somebody could purchase a new home, or they're planning to. It says a second chance of success, our favorite comeback story. So somebody's going to make a comeback. And I heard LL Cool J. So I'm getting the energy of Nicki Minaj, our favorite comeback story, because they're both from Queens. LL and Nicki Minaj are from Queens, and I heard LL Cool J say, "Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years." So yeah, I feel like Nicki Minaj might get a second chance at being on top is the energy I'm getting. I don't know. It says death of a loved one and sudden rise of fame. So this gives me sacrifice energy. Somebody could have just recently done a sacrifice. I'm seeing all that demonic devil energy. So I feel like somebody could have made a recent pledge and will make some type of sacrifice so that they can see an increase. And like I said, it doesn't have to be Cardi. It doesn't have to be Nicki. This could be other artists or upcoming artists in their energy. Someone is disliked by their peers. Someone signed a bad contract. They were lowballed and they don't own their masters. It says don't trust them. Someone is poorly guided by management, and their team, label, management, and or team sabotages their career. So somebody doesn't have good people in their corner. Somebody released a new project. I guess this is Cardi B, right? Because she just came out with an album. It says use a sympathy to advance career. We've heard allegations like this in the past. It says baby empress, approach life with a sense of wonder and curiosity, new ideas, talents, and opportunities, vulnerable and dependent on others for support and guidance. There could also be a baby girl's energy involved, a baby empress. So somebody is also becoming an empress. So yeah, we got the pregnancy energy, but this is a baby empress. So this is a future empress. They haven't quite made it yet. So that could even be Cardi B's energy. I don't know. She's pregnant with a little girl. Nicki could even be pregnant for all I know. You know, I always see pregnancy in my readings. And anyway, it says self-sufficient, develop practical skills. Pregnancy and readings could also be birthing a new project or a passion project. Self-sufficient, develop practical skills, build financial independence, cultivate resilience and resourcefulness, able to depend on oneself. So somebody's strong. They're self-sufficient. They don't need anybody. This gives me even Nicki's energy from the sense of I write my own music. Exodus, departure or migration of people from one place to another, a journey filled with obstacles, hardships, challenges, and transformative experiences, spiritual redemption and salvation. And I could hear Nicki screaming like about the bad guy. Did I lie? Did I lie? So I feel like a lot of things are going to start being exposed, and she wants to see redemption. And this could even be in the 5D. She's being redeemed spiritually in the 5D. Let me hurry up. Let's see. It says culture vulture. Didn't she call her daughter that? Nicki called Cardi's daughter that, and I guess she was playing on the words. And she feels like Cardi is benefiting and profiting from a culture not native to yours. You are a culture colonizer. So that's crazy that that came out. It says, how dare you let that bitch think she could try to flex on me like that? She and I will never be on the same level. I'm picking up this energy as far as like a woman relationship. This gives me relationship energy. But I also pick up that Nicki Minaj could be cursing someone out, saying that Cardi B tried to flex on her and that they will never be on the same level. And I'm even going back to both Cardi B and Nicki around the time of that Coach situation, that Coach Lombardi line that was dropped. And I always hear that Little Kim. I feel like Little Kim's energy is coming out too. Little Kim may feel like maybe Nicki tried to flex on her, and she was asking somebody, how dare you let that bitch try to flex on me also. So it's a lot of energies coming out, because Little Kim also feels like she puts 100% in every line she drops, right? And again, with the Queens, it's the Q to the B, Queensbridge. So where's Nicki Minaj from? I know she's from Queens. I don't know if she's from Queensbridge, but it's the Q to the B. So I feel like this, and Vince Lombardi. Who's Vince Lombardi? I don't know. Football, QB, quarterback. So this is Nicki Minaj's energy. She is pissed, but I also feel like this is a romantic thing. Like maybe a woman complaining that their man let another woman, one of their women, flex on them. It says, don't trust them. They had a hand in my death. Please reopen case or further investigate my death. I won't rest till justice is served. I'm going to put this to the side and see if I have time to clarify that. Whose energy is this? There are things that I brought up in the past. I don't want to be too troublesome and dig too deep into things and get myself into trouble. But listen, God gave me a gift, right? I know I have to use my discernment and use my wisdom, but yo, listen. I love doing my psychic investigations and giving a voice to the voiceless. So we're going to look into this. It says scary bitch. You know I'll F you up. Keep trying me if you want to. I'll show you. That's very Cardi B energy to me. She is more of the fighting words type of person. Like she more will want to fight based on her personality. But who knows? I don't know any of these women. And just because somebody talks a good game doesn't mean that they really, you know what I'm saying, follow up with it. It says the truth is going to be revealed and everyone will get to see who you really are. So somebody is going to be exposed. Things got way out of hand. I did not expect for things to go this far. So I feel like there's going to be heavy ramifications, possibly for both women. Heavy ramifications, because they said some very like ill things, especially when they got the children involved. Even the things about autism, the things they said about SA, like they said a lot of vile things. So there's going to be some heavy, I'm even hearing spiritual, they're all going to be heavy because I even pulled a card like that and I felt like it was a message to me, but it was about watch your words, watch what you say, watch your words, because there's power in the tongue. And a lot of the times when you say really nasty things, there are heavy spiritual ramifications for it, because there's powers in the tongue. You never know who you're going to offend. You never know who's listening. And you don't even realize how powerful your tongue is and who it could hurt or harm in the process of doing it. So I feel like things got out of hand. They didn't expect for things to go this far. And I really feel like there are going to be some heavy ramifications for somebody's with the same old nonsense, same old song, boring. We got this in that DDG reading, I believe. Boring. It's basic. Like somebody, like I feel like Cardi B is not as skilled as, I heard Latto, but I want to say Nicki Minaj, but I heard Latto. So maybe even Latto feels like Cardi B isn't as skilled as she is when it comes to rapping. But I feel like maybe, I don't know her album. I don't listen to rap music right now. So I don't even know. But I feel like the new album for someone. Could be boring. It sounds like a lot of the same songs that she has come out with in the past. I seen the video that she has with Kalani, and I actually kind of liked it. Somebody received a message about money. Somebody's harvest is coming in. This is even about wealth and acclaim. But I feel like somebody has received some type of message about their wealth, their money, their status. Maybe even with the album, on what it grossed, how much they'll actually get from the music is the energy I'm receiving. I feel like Cardi feels defeated. Even if she puts on a strong face, I feel like she feels defeated. I also feel like there's a male energy that she can't trust that's in her camp, in her corner, in the background. Look at even the city, like country, desert. There's different different atmospheres. But I feel like she feels defeated. I'm getting the energy of sabotage and self-sabotage. People are sad. I don't know. This exchange could have really harmed her. Things got way out of hand. She feels defeated. This could also be Nicki. But I feel like there's also a masculine energy that feels defeated by this conflict. New opportunities coming out for both of the women. I even feel like somebody paid. Look, with the eye, I feel like somebody paid for divination, or people have gotten readings or palm readings or some type of divination to get information on the other person, to get information on the music. I feel like somebody's watching, but this gives me strong spiritual energy, like a spiritual eye, divination abuse on the music, on maybe the album, the future of the album. The Queen of Pentacles. This is like a single mother, but even if she's not single, she takes care of her children by herself. So this could be Cardi's energy. This could be an earth sign energy. This could even be Nicki's energy. I'm also getting another feminine energy. I feel like there's a lot of paid, I want to say pay for play energy here. So this could even be them paying for music, like payola, if that still exists, but things like that. I feel like even paying people to watch things, paying people to say things. There's a lot of money that's being invested to make this album successful. I also feel like somebody's abusing divination to get information on somebody else. Somebody's in their head. This is the NDA being silenced. No, this is insomnia. But listen, I said it, so that's what it is. I feel like somebody's in their head about something. I feel like Cardi could be losing sleep and she legit feels defeated. She's probably really super stressed out. God bless her. She's probably super stressed out about this whole situation. And she could really be in her head right now. She's losing sleep. I'm even getting the energy of MK Ultra. But she's in bed, like she's stressed. And God bless, because she's pregnant too. And I know she could be very nasty and vile. Listen, you only could pray for someone's spirit, you know? Pray for their spirit. But she is pregnant. It's probably like super anxious that she's going through all these things with Offset, having to be a mom. Things are being leaked about the guy she's with now. This album probably has her super anxious. So I feel like she's in her head right now. She's super stressed out. Plus she's an air sign. So she overthinks and she really feels defeated. She feels like she effed up. She effed it up. And even once again, it's funny I picked these cards with the musical notes. I don't think she's even happy with the music. I'm not sure, but that's the energy I'm getting. Oh, this is a long one. Justice. There will be some type of justice. That's Libra energy, so that could be Cardi. This is like the feminist energy. She's a strong feminist woman. Justice is being served. There could be some legal matters that may or may not go in her favor, but there's also that karmic retribution. A lot of the things you said in the past, a lot of the things you've done in the past is catching up to you. It's catching up to you. It's a lot of conflict, arguments, disagreements. I'm getting that sabotage energy also. Look how this monster looks so angry. It's a snake, has a snake tail. So it's like you even betray yourself. You can't even trust yourself. And a lot of things are being exposed. A lot of things are coming to light. A lot of hidden secrets are coming to light. And once again, with the juggling, I feel like Cardi has a lot going on right now. I'm getting the energy of financial issues too. Like maybe more money is coming in. More money is going out than coming in. Legal matters, you know. Even though she's winning these cases, you still have to pay for lawyers. You still have to pay for these cases. If there's a future payout, it's like a lot of money. She wants to like hit a clean shot. Like she needs something. It's like, I'm getting the energy of somebody that has to do something. Like she has to hit the target. I have to hit the target. If she misses, it's a wrap. That's what I'm feeling. Sacrifice energy. Someone could have been sacrificed. Then we bring up the death. Somebody could die. Even someone could sacrifice somebody in their family. Somebody could be dealing with headaches. Like I said, even with Cardi B being in her head, she could be really stressed out. Somebody could be seeing delays. This whole energy of the back and forth could create delays and blockages. It could create a tower moment. And somebody's going to win in the end. LGBTQ, somebody could be bisexual or gay, DL. But somebody's going to win in the end. Somebody's going to see delays, stagnation that could ultimately lead to people. Listen, somebody's foundation is going to crumble. There's a masculine and feminine energy that work together that are about to dissipate, dissolve. Something is going to dissolve. Something is going to crumble. I'm hearing somebody's father say something about whatever curse somebody's father said. There's power in the tongue. And when you're anointed, when you're blessed, when you're of God, there's nothing that the devil could do. There's nothing that the devil could win. It could win the battle, but it's not going to win the war. And somebody's going to see a happy ending because of all of this. And I just pray for both of them. Oh, before I go, this was a nice little long reading. And let me see. The overall energy for the women, it says if you avoid conflict, to keep the peace, you start a war inside yourself. So I feel like both women have no choice but to speak up, even as nasty. Maybe you need to be mindful of the things you say, but that doesn't mean that you have to be quiet. It says you are the queen of your life. Treat yourself like royalty. So I'm getting the energy of like when they go low, we go high type of thing. So it's like you can say something, but be mindful of what you say. You can clap back, but you know, in a classy way. Today is a really good day. You're in the flow. Problems are solved quickly and easily. Helpful people show up for you and expect gifts to fall. So somebody is going to get a blessing. They're going to find more success after all of this drama for somebody, for both of them, for somebody, who knows. And it says surrender. Oh, my bad. Surrender. It says letting go. It's time for these women to like call it a wrap. Like the beef is old. They need to release this drama, release this mess. Use your intuition, gut feeling, and inner voice. Use your intuition, your gut feeling, your inner voice to silence you and not speak. Speak when spoken to. Speak when necessary. Know when to speak, know when to stay silent. And it says safety, freedom from hurt. Somebody's protected in the mighty name of Jesus. Somebody is protected. And on that note, I wish the ladies the best. God bless the beautiful children, all of the children. Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Amen. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Happy healing, everyone. Bye.